We got Celtics, Bucks. Could you name a better NBA series? I cannot. I'm very excited for the series, and I have 3 bets that I'm going to share with you. So the series doesn't start until Sunday, but as a sports bettor, if you want to make money, you got to be looking ahead. You got to be looking for value in the odds. Placing your bets 5 minutes before the game starts, you are not going to make money sports betting. So you can see the Celtics are pretty big favorites, but lines have actually been drifting towards the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm definitely leaning to bet the Bucks in game 1, which is perfect because there's actually a positive EV bet on FanDuel, only 12 cents in market width on the Bucks plus 3.5 on the point spread. So if we just scroll down right here, you can see that FanDuel's giving you plus 116 on Bucks plus 3.5 point spread. Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book, is 10 cents away at plus 106. So there's a lot of value on the Bucks on FanDuel right now. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this bet in. So we'll go to the Bucks game, Bucks Celtics. Going to be an exciting series, alternate spreads. Got to know how to navigate the sports books. You can't be slow if you want to get in on the best bets. So we can see Bucks plus 3.5, plus 116. And if we try to bet it, FanDuel's going to say, hey, you've made too much money off us. You don't get 1,000. You get 689.70. We are rolling with the Bucks. The Bucks is the play for game 1. This is a positive expected value bet. So I'm going to go ahead, lock it in, add it to my bet tracker. 689.70 on the Bucks plus 3.5 point spread. You can see that on OddsJam, what's really cool about the product is they highlight for you the best odds in green for any bet, right? So the best odds on, if we go to money line, the best odds on the Bucks money line is plus 165. The best odds on the Celtics money line is minus 179 on Pinnacle. So you can always check and make sure you are getting the best possible odds. So I went ahead, I placed that bet, I added it to my bet tracker. So what's really great about the OddsJam bet tracker is not only does it grade your bets as, wins or losses. So you can see right here, it automatically grades my bets as wins or losses so that I know my profit and loss as a sports bettor and my ROI. But it will also show you how often you are beating the closing line, right? So it'll show you how often you're beating the closing line. So beating the closing line is literally all that matters long-term as a sports bettor. You want to be beating the closing line over 50% of the time. So I like to look through my bet tracker, every single night and just make sure I'm seeing more green than red in the OddsJam bet tracker. I'm beating the closing line. And this is a free feature on OddsJam. So just sign up for an account. You can use the bet tracker 100% free of charge. So we locked in our first positive EV bet on the Bucks Celtics game. So you can see a green check mark shows up indicating that I added this bet to my bet tracker. I've already bet it, so I can skip over this one, although I will add it here. So we have Bucks plus 3.5. So excited for this game. Going to be a trip to watch. 689.70 we have on it. 689.70. And the EV of this bet is 2%. So the EV is just the profit margin of your bet. So we have a 2% profit margin on our bet, Bucks plus 3.5, 689.70 staked. So the profit margin in dollars of this bet is 1470. 1470 in profit margin, right? So the market on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, is plus 106, minus 118. So what we have to do next, as we've gone over in other videos, is go to a zero vig odds calculator, plus 106 on Bucks plus 3.5, minus 118 on Celtics minus 3.5. And then you get the zero vig line, right? So essentially Pinnacle, the model for the sharpest sportsbook in the world, is spitting out that the Milwaukee Bucks are 47.28% to cover the 3.5 point spread, to cover 3.5, which implies a zero vig line of plus 112. And we were able to place our bet at plus 116 odds, right? So our bet is positive EV. Our bet is mathematically profitable because we're getting better odds than the zero vig or no vig odds, right? So our bet is a 47.28% win rate. So if we go to the expected value calculator, that's our win rate. We're betting at plus 116 and we staked 689.70, 689.70. So the profit margin of our bet is 14.65, which is essentially, due to rounding, exactly what you see in this sheet, right? So the OddsJam positive expected value page is essentially just looking at the market on the sharpest sportsbook in the world to back out where the value is for you as a sports bettor and what the actual profit margin of your bet is, right? So if you stake $100 on Bucks plus 3.5, that bet has a profit margin of $2.13, 2.13%. So that's pretty cool, but there's also some player props to lock in. So we'll go ahead and lock those in. This bet I also really like. Marcus Smart, I think he's going to underperform in the series. He's been fun to watch against the Nets, but I think under 2.5 made threes, minus 120. This bet is positive EV with a profit margin of 4.39%. So we'll lock this bet in as our player prop. We got the Pels blowing out the Suns right now, the 76ers blowing out the Raptors. So this series got real interesting real quick. So we'll go here. We'll go to player props. Sportsbooks are posting these player prop odds pretty early, and then we'll go to player made threes. Got to know how to navigate quickly because this is a great positive EV bet. Don't want the line to move, and we'll bet on this. So Marcus Smart under 2.5 made threes, profit margin. I'm adding it to my bet tracker because I want to know, did I beat the closing line? Did I not beat the closing line? And then I'll add it to my sheet. So we have Marcus Smart under 2.5 made threes. The profit margin was 4.39%. So pretty good profit margin on this bet. Pretty good EV. Pinnacle has this at minus 156. We're getting minus 120. So pretty happy with that. And then we'll go back here. We stake 250. So this bet has a profit margin of roughly $11. $250 bet at a profit margin of 4.39%. So in these two bets, we have locked in over $25 in profit margin. So pretty good. And Caesars takes my bet right here. So there we go. A bunch of random bets, open on Caesars. So that's pretty exciting. For tomorrow, we got some other bets for tomorrow as well on FanDuel, but it looks like it logged me out. So those are the two bets I locked in. Celtics Bucks series should be exciting. Make sure you're using OddsJam to get in the best mathematically profitable bets for this game. Let's make some money.